All right. Hey, you know what? I want to let everyone know I'm sitting here with not only one of my very, very good friends, but probably the greatest wrestler I've ever met. And you know
I
what?
appreciate that.
And I have seen him help my kids immensely. And you know what? He does it to kids every year. And you know that's what wrestling's pretty much all about. We all help each other.
That's a fact.
It is a fact, John. You know you know what? We're a community that's kind of like this.
Yeah. Well, the wrestling community is like that. You asked me about helping your son a little bit ago, and I told you, I said, when kids get to a certain level of greatness, they still can be fine-tuned by certain people. And I seem to think that I am one of them people that can fine-tune the greatest of the great, you know, because there are things even good wrestlers can learn. And there's things that I could still learn from other people, and I still do. But to take and help children is just a great thing in itself, and wrestling especially, because you're not going to find a better human being than a wrestler on the face of this earth. And Ohio State, Ohio High School Athletic Association is one of the best there is in the nation, and we've proven it over and over and over every year. So I would just like to congratulate those people. I also would like to congratulate and thank my mother and father, who's always been there for us. You know, they're the ones that used to take me to the tournaments till I got old enough where I could drive. And there's times I just got up and on Friday and say, hey, I'm going to go wrestle out in Nebraska and get in the car and drive 1,000 miles and wrestle.
Well, Johnny, you did things that I never did. You went to Nebraska national tournaments.
Yes, I did.
You know, I mean, you're one of the best. I'm kind of disappointed Jack Lynch didn't show up here today. I had to mention his name.
Jack Lynch is a good guy.
He was supposed to be here.
Matter of fact, I used to help him, and the Moore kid that was here earlier, I used to help his dad, Dave Moore. I worked out with him. I helped him. So, you know, it just passes on from one generation to another, and that's what's so awesome about wrestling is, you know, I've probably coached 3 or 4 generations. That's not saying how old I am or nothing like that.
Well, where's your hair? Oh, it'll grow back.
Yeah, it'll grow back. But Davey Riggs in 1980.
Dave Riggs, Perry's
Andy Daniels
coach.
was a national champion. Andy Daniels from Ohio U. Dave Riggs come out of Arizona. I decided to just start working out. Those were my workout
How old
partners.
were you?
At that time in 1980, probably about 23, 24, 25.
Yeah, I remember watching you
Somewhere
play
in
alumni football back in them days.
Yeah.
You field kicked your ass every
Yeah,
year.
whatever. But you get guys like Andy Daniels and Dave Riggs, and I'm working out with them. Dave Riggs made an oath that he was going to come back and kick my butt. Well, when we first started working out, I hadn't worked out in a long time. He come fresh out of being 5th or 6th in the nation. Andy Daniels is the #1 kid in the nation, and those are my workout partners. Well, for about 2 weeks, they did kick my butt. After that, it didn't happen again. Andy Daniels went off and went into the World Championships and won it. Me and Dave went up to Madison, Wisconsin, and wrestled in the Olympic trials, which we boycotted that year. I won a match, and then I got beat twice, and I was done, eliminated from that tournament. But I made the top 48 boys in the United States. I wouldn't say boys, they were men. I also did that in 1976 and then in 1988 at 31 years old.
Well,
I got a chance to, you know, Mark is into this, and I'm glad that somebody is doing this for the wrestling because we need all the help we can get. I mean, the coaches and all that do their part of it. We need the press behind it. I will say one thing, and I know Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel used to promote wrestling. If you go to the good colleges, football coaches will promote wrestling. My friend Bob Golick once said, John, football did not make me a better wrestler. Wrestling made me a much better football player. So
Bob Golick.
we need to start getting these football coaches to promote this sport, because that's where we're going to get our support. The two sports work together, and I just don't understand when a football coach doesn't understand that. And there are a lot of them out there. There are also a lot that support it. And you can see the teams that do support it, how good their wrestling programs are. And the teams that are winning without the wrestling programs, how much better could they be in their football programs?
You know what? You said Bob Golick. Bob Golick,
he's a good
pro
man.
football player.
Yes, he was.
Oh, he's a good guy. I know who he is.
Bob Golick was a pro football player.
Yeah, well, he was what he finished second in college. He went to Notre Dame.
He went to Notre Dame.
They don't even Notre Dame.
He
don't
played
even
football and wrestled for Notre Dame. So he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He's a heck of a fun guy.
I seen him wrestle in the state championship, and he beat Harold Smith from Canton McKinley.
I wouldn't want to wrestle him.
No, he's a big man, but good man. Other than that, like I said, I'd like to thank the people that support this sport. It's so tough of a sport, and we need all the backing we can get. And again, I'd like to thank the state of Ohio for running such a great tournament and keeping everything so good and keep it going. And let's go Ohio and continually win the nationals in high school. We got an Ohio State team that's going to push for the national championship next year.
Definitely.
And most of the boys are all from Ohio. Not all of them, but most of them are.
Yep.
And that's a great thing, because most of the time our kids go out to Iowa or Oklahoma or Nebraska. Let's keep them home here. Other than that,
Yep.
that's all I have
All
to
right.
say.
Well, look. Hey, everyone. We're going to be closing off here. I want to thank my good friend Johnny Tompkins for being on this show. I'm going to tell you what. I think he made it. When it's all said and done, we'll see you next year. Bye-bye.